The visuals on the team, we want to continue to grow, so we are stronger together when we fly together.
You know this. We're stronger together when we fly together. Flock up or flock off, not you. You stick around, because it's about to go down. We back up in here like we never left. You already know. We done got into the other sides of the ball, this, that, and the third. You know what? Before we go anywhere, you know how I like to do. Just get it out the way. Let's get the nest keeping out the way. Please, please, please like and subscribe if you about that Fly Eagles fly. Drop a comment in the box if you flying with the flock. Let's go. Do remember, join that maniac thing, Noti gang. You hit that bell, you get a bet whenever you're on this YouTube thing. Whenever I'm on this YouTube thing. Yeah, I'm flocking up over. I needed to hop in here for therapy today. I needed to hop in here for therapy today. Now that we got the maniac thing out of the way, let's get the main thing the main thing. Let's keep the main thing the main thing. You know what I'm saying? Hope this video finds you in good vibes, good times. If you're not there, I hope this helps you get there, because we about to go there. Oh, yeah. Let's go, man. I really needed this therapy session today before we hop into these flock pots. No, we're going to hop into these flock pots right now. What we got for your flock pots? We're going to throw a few things in our flock pots, chop it up, throw it on the table, and you consume it how you deem fit. Let's fly, y'all. Let's get straight to it. What we got for the flock pots? We got to shout out to all the new ones out there, all the new flock members. My mama flockers, my papa flockers, my flaquitos, my flaquitas, my mama flockers, my papa flockers, my flockers and flockettes. Doubling up. This is how the Genko Balboa ain't kicking in yet. Oh! So, yeah, man, we got that on. Shout out to all the new. Appreciate the love. I send that love right back, man. We're going to keep this flock chain going. I'm putting my investments in. Hope you're putting yours in. No matter what it is, it's the flock, the Eagle Nation, Bird Gang, whatever we got. All things Eagles on this side. You know what time it is and what I like to do around this time, about this time, at this time. Get into my Eagles, man. So, you got to shout out. It's big. Not even. It's a shout out. You know what I'm saying? New member. Kansas City fan that I met out there. My ongoings, my everyday occurrences and all of that. Met this KC fan, you know. It was funny as hell. She goes back. She remembers Duran Chip. It's crazy, bro. Tony gets. Oh man, it was wild to meet someone that had this much football knowledge. You know, I said I'm an Eagles fan. You know, she's up here in New York. I figured she was a Giants fan. I was ready, you know, just start chewing up and all of that. And she goes straight into it like, oh yeah, I'm a Chiefs fan. I'm like, oh wow. So shout out to Rebecca out there, Rebecca the KC fan and all that. We're gonna leave it right there because it's just been KC all over my face. We're gonna get into pause. We're going to get into a little bit of quarterback. If you haven't watched, you might want to turn a few segments of this off because there's going to be, I mean, we know how it ends. Baby, do we know how it ends? We live in that quarterback. We're going to get into quarterback. What else did I have for the flock pots today? Let me double check, man. I don't want to skip nothing, man. We got a little bit of time today. We got a little bit. Today I got time, cuz. You feel me? Oh, CJGJ. Back up in this. Like, what are we doing? Bro. More about the quarterback and a few things, you know, that went on there. A few things that I revisited from the Super Bowl. Like, I don't know how y'all feel, man. Big shout out to LB. I mean, if you rep Philly in any way, shape, or form, you know, I'm not with all the teams, but I'm with the team, the Eagles, right? And like, cause you know, I left everything back in Philly except for my Eagles, you know, and over to the family, love, and all the friends and all that. Yeah, you know, I'm just saying, like, the Eagles. You can't let go of your Eagles. Like, I bleed green. This blood is pumping so fast because we are right around the corner. These vessels are about to burst with green blood because we are right around the corner. 3 days left until training camp starts, so we're going to throw a little bit of that into our flock pots. We spoke on the offense and the special teams the last 2 days because those things, at least in my estimation, they're pretty much set in stone. But you know how busting the stupid dope moves, Harry Potter waving that magic wand, anything can happen, right? But you know the real thing is, you know, we're all like it's going to be a battle royale as far as camp battles go on the defensive side of the ball. So we're going to get into that. So let's get straight into it, right? So the day starts. I want to finish quarterback, right? I wake up. I started, I believe, episode 7. It's 8 episodes, right? Episode 7 and episode 8. Caught that, like, right. I watched that right after I finished flocking with Rebecca, newest member of the flock. You know what I'm saying? Keep it. Let's. We at $6.99. Let's get this thing to 700. If you're the 700th member, you get a flock up. You know what I'm saying? But now, just having fun with this. And just some things like I really needed this therapy session because it was just way too much KC today, way too much Patrick Mahomes. I'll surmise it real quick by saying, you know, started watching that episode where they're chronicling the Super Bowl and his journey through that and how he traversed and all the things that he had to go through. And I don't know about y'all. I mean, most things that I watched. Like, I thought I was over it. You know, I've watched the Super Bowl. And I mean, look, I come home right now. What's on right now is the replay of the KC-Cincinnati game, which I already saw today. Then I heard we're gonna be spending a day, y'all. We're gonna be spending a day. Easy to Block Captain is on with LB. If you're like, that's where, let's get back there. If you rep Philly, you know anything about battle rap, Easy to Block Captain is your guy right now. He's the guy all over the world right now. So when I saw LB had him, I had to check in real quick, check that out. I had to hop in here, so I only got to see the beginning of it because they started talking about the damn Super Bowl again. So it was that this morning, afternoon to tonight. Just KC all over the place. Everybody was still talking about this Super Bowl, man. And I don't know if you're like me. If I'm like y'all, we like each other. When you rewatch a game that you lost and you just, you know, if you watch Quarterback, you know, you saw what Kirk Cousins was going through. You saw what Patrick Mahomes was going through. And the guttural sounds they were making when they were in pain. You know, when they re-aggravated an injury or when they first acquired these injuries, you just let out this guttural, I don't even want to call it a scream because I feel like I'm downplaying and I'm not giving it the credit due. Just, I had to let it out one more time. I'm sorry. Like, I'm just so glad that what I do, I get to drive around, so I'm not really too much. I mean, I interact with people all day, but I had to have those times. You just got to let that out throughout the course of a day sometimes, y'all, man. Like, I could go all over the place with this. I'm going to try and stay focused, y'all, as a maniac does. We spinning, baby. We spinning, baby. We spinning. So, and it's just dope. You know, like, I call myself Dizzy the Flock Captain in homage to Easy the Block Captain. And, like, because I just be spinning. I'm all over the place. That's another one of my AKAs. I'm Dizzy. I'm a maniac. I'm all of this. That Eagle fan. So, watching that, I'm just letting out these guttural cries for look what happened right there, man. And just a few more things that happened during this game that I did not know. Like, right, but after they beat Cincinnati, these guys go into the locker room and they're pumping Dreams and Nightmares crazy. I'm like I'm eating my lunch and I hear, hold on, wait a minute, y'all thought I was finished? And I'm like, oh, they got some Eagle stuff in here. Wait, that's Patrick Mahomes hollering at me. And I know everyone loves the song. It's an amazing song. Even we heard Travis Kelce speak to it, say the same thing on their show, New Heights, right? So it's a song that everyone loves, but to hear it in the locker room after they beat Cincinnati, then they fast forward to the game pregame and all that. Like, he said that's usually part of his routine. Y'all know me. If y'all been flocking with me since, y'all know during the season, that's part of my pregame ritual. I'm rocking Dreams and Nightmares, Fly Eagles Fly, and No One Likes Us, We Don't Care, right? Those are the three tried and trues, and then, you know, I mix it up from week to week. So, hearing him say that's what, I'm like, bro, you were putting bad juju on our all season, bro. What are you doing? So then you see they got a split screen of Patrick Mahomes singing it during pre-games because he didn't do it that game. But then once they got onto the field, they were playing it on the field because that's what we want to play. And we better not never, ever go out to start a Super Bowl without playing that damn song. Like, they came out to, I was like, what is, that's just some regular stuff. But, hey, that's their thing. That's what their team does. We come out to Dreams and Nightmares. Big piece and shout out, well, no pieces. Big shout out goes to Uzi Vert. Makes amazing music. Great performer. Great artist. He's the man. But dude, like, when it comes to football and you getting pumped up, bro, like that Dreams and Nightmares, man. It does it for me every weekend. Anytime it comes on, man, you feel that, dude. And it's Philly football, man. This ain't nothing else. So yeah, I peeped that. That kind of threw me for a loop. And then the split screen with him and Brandon Graham both singing it at the same time. That was just crazy to me, man. But, you know, it's these crazy things. Another thing, real quick, I'm gonna try and get in and out of this quarterback thing so that those who didn't see it, they could just fly, put their wings up and fly through this, right? So y'all can tell I'm out of sorts right now. I really needed this therapy today, y'all, because just too much KC, man. We got to slay that. Anyway, so then another thing that I caught notice of, early in the playoffs, they had played Jacksonville, and Jacksonville was on the move. I remember coming home and catching the end of this game, and Jacksonville was moving on them, and Agnew, out of nowhere, it was the weirdest fumble ever, and it reminded me of Jalen Hurts' fumble, because then, of course, you fast forward towards the end of quarterback, and you see Jalen Hurts as every time I see it, like when he's curling out, it's like, what? how did that ball fall out of his hands? How did that ball fall out of Agnew's hands? All the things that happened. And you know what? At the end of the day, I came to this because we're going to wrap it all up in a nice little bow and just get this flock up out of here. At the end of the day, you know, like they say, sometimes it's better, just like the Cincinnati, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. And I don't know, I'm not just saying that they're just lucky, because another one of my sayings, I may not have said it on here, but I say this to my children, I say this to anybody that I come across, whoever tries to throw that luck thing in my, like I'm throwing it in your face right now, pause. Like, luck is the residue of design, you know what I mean? Like, you work hard, you put in that effort, things tend to go your way. You know, you call it luck, call it whatever you want, fate, whatever. It's like, so just a lot of things had to come together for them to do this. I mean, that injury, the way he overcame that, those crazy fumbles, like, oh my goodness. And not, I mean, it wasn't just a fumble. And that's just exactly what Easy and JLB was just talking about right before I got on here. It's like, that fumble, like, what made it worse, they were just talking about that fumble. What made it worse, though, in my estimation, was the fact that the bounce that it took after he fumbled, there was nobody in the backfield. I think we were empty. I think we had an empty set going. Everybody was upfield, and it was only Jalen Hurts back there. Bounces off and bounces like 10 yards back the other way, and dude just picks it up and runs, scores that touchdown, man. Like they were saying, it wasn't really the determining factor of the game, but just watching it just bugged me out. And now, once again, this, like, there were a few, man, like getting pushed out of bounds. Like, how can you... A lot of things happen, man. Congratulations. And just a double bow. We're going to double knot it. Another bow. Another thing that came out of it, as upset as I am and all the angst that it put me through just to watch it again and relive it. I'm sitting here like I am a true glutton for punishment. Like, why am I even doing this to myself? I don't have to watch the last episode. I know what happens. You know what I mean? But I did love the end of it when, you better pause it or get fast forward, is when he embraced his father. It was and what they said to each other, like that was dope to see. And at the end of the day, what I came to was, you know, you guys, we may not like him, we may hate him, we love Andy Reid, but now he's on the other side. He is the enemy. But that's the one I was talking about. That interception to T. Higgins, like, what? Things just don't happen. So that the pass attempt to T. Higgins, just I came away with, you know, just a high respect for, you know, what that man goes through, what he puts himself through, his competitive nature, his go-get-itness, his stick-to-itiveness. He's that. He ain't him. He ain't H1M. But I respect him, man. Like that's what we have to take away from it, and hope just put this to bed. It'll rear its ugly head again and again and again and again and again. I know. So we got that up out of there. And let's switch gears to the next thing in our flock posse we're going to chop up. We're going to get into it over this CJ thing. I meant to pull it up. I'll probably pop it in right here. And now we back. So I saw something, man, like I should have had it ready. Something about the Eagles fans, and we're the worst mother flockers out there, like obnoxious, annoying, something like, bro, what? They coming for our heads, dog. They coming for our heads this offseason, man, because you know what? I get it. When you see those fans that they just keep winning and keep winning and keep winning. I mean, we won one Super Bowl, yo. Why y'all, man, that was hating us before that, so I don't even know what the flock I am talking about. It's like, no one likes us. We don't care, right? That's exactly what I saw somebody posted after I saw the post of what he said. I believe this came out yesterday. It flew over my eagle wings. You know what I'm saying? I got to open my eagle eye. Peep in, stick my beak and see what's going on here. Speak on it just a little bit, because, I mean, I believe we've given this guy too much airplay this offseason. And maybe he's figured out that, you know, because much like anything, you know, Chris Sims starts yammering about us. This guy, this one, that one, whoever. CJGJ has been public enemy number one of the public enemies this offseason. You've got the 49ers, the 41ers. They out there talking, they running the yips and all of that. And at the end of the day, no one likes us. We don't care. And I think they're figuring out the more they talk about us, we the types, we just can't, unlike our team, which I'm so proud of our team, they let it, you know what I'm saying, water down their back. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing to them. They keep it moving. I love my Eagles. I love the leadership. I love everything that we got over here, right? But you know, we fans, and it's going to affect us a certain way. And what else we got to do but speak on it? We still in the postseason on top of that. So we going to poke our chests out, put our chins up, and let's ride. What you want to do? Not ride like they do. Flock up out of here. That guy wanted to be. He didn't want to be here. Funny. Remember Denzel didn't want to be here either, right? The Jets got his, they about to get his sorry out of there too. Anyway, let's stay focused. CJGJ, right? What I believe these guys have figured out is that they know we're going to clap back, and that just gets their media hits up there. You know, it's bait. It's clickbait, you know? So people going to check into them. They're going to check in their Instagrams. They're going to check in their Facebooks there, whatever they got, right? Their Twitters and all of that. Just get some traction going because they know we coming for their heads and everyone else hates us. So they going to hop in and try and pile on too. Like, yeah, they are obnoxious and annoying. And they're like coming at the fans. We supported you like, dude, like no other. If it was up to us, you would still be here and you talking this crazy? Like, you know, I definitely needed some therapy today, y'all. I don't even know how to address this. I don't even know how to, like, what is he, like, because I have mixed feelings about this. Like, love this dude as a player. He did amazing things for us, and we wanted nothing to do but bring him back. Our front office wanted to bring him back. Your agent flocks up, you flock up, y'all misread the market, and now it's on to us. Now you coming at the fans. Bro, sounds like a sad, sorry ex, man. Get the flock up out of here. On to the next thing, man. Enough of that, bro. We got to get into some good things. What else did I have for the day? What else did I have for the day? Chiefs pumping Meat Mill and the Hurts. Yeah, let's get into something good, man. Let's get into this depth chart. Camp battles as far as the defense goes. That's what we really came. That's what we really came here for, right, y'all? Let's get into it, man. Like I was saying earlier, this is going to be an all-out battle royale with this defense, at least as far as I see it. We'll get into the ones. Let's just start off right on top. Who we think. We know the backfield. The backfield, I believe, at least as far as I see it, is set in. Oh no, that we got the safeties. But you know, I'm talking about the cornerbacks. You got Avonte Maddox, James Bradbury, Slay. Big play Slay. I can't believe I just said I kept it at Slay. I'm so proud of myself. He's got me flocked in. You feel me? So you got that. Our cornerbacks are set. Like now, what we want to look at, what we really want to pay attention to right now is the depth chart. Who do we have behind these guys in the event of the I word, you know? So they got, as far as this depth chart, once again, I'm on ourlads.com. I don't know why I switched up from inside of the Philly, one of those Eagle sites. I forget what it is, but this one popped up first. I just flocked up in here, right? So you got Zach McPherson backing up Avonte Maddox as far as outside DB goes, right? I see Zach McPherson as a Swiss Army knife back then. I believe that's what the Eagles, Howie Roseman, the front office, the coaching staff, everybody tries to do with our players when we acquire them. A lot of these guys you see that are in reserve positions, that are in backup roles, you could damn near slot them anywhere in that backfield. I mean, I don't know if we could throw Zach McPherson in at safety, but I have seen him play outside. He's built like a slot corner, but I could see him doing whatever the case may be. They've got Keely Ringo in here, and even though we've been hearing it a lot over the last few days that a lot of people believe that Keely Ringo could also compete for a safety spot, they have him backing up James Bradbury. Bigger corner backing up a bigger corner. Makes sense to me. Then deeper down on the depth chart, you know, you have guys like Mario Goodrich, who flashed a little bit in training camp last season. Josiah Scott, always tried and true, Mr. Reliable when it comes to backups, except for that third and long. I know some of you probably almost through blue chunks when you heard me say Mr. Reliable, because that play will forever hold like just the way we always remember 3rd and 26 against the Packers. Those Bow Boys always remember that bum ass regular season play. I got it on it, you know. Tristan McCullum, don't know too much about this guy. Justin Evans, who we just acquired from New Orleans. They have him as the third safety behind Sidney Brown, who I'm hearing a lot of people believe he may take over. But let's stick with the cornerbacks. I just hopped up the track because they have safeties in between the cornerbacks. Behind Big Play Slay, they got Greedy Williams. I hope he can have a resurgence of his career coming over here with the Eagles. You know, he flashed a little bit in Cleveland. I believe the injury bug bit him a few times, which is a reason for them getting rid of him. Former first-round pick. No, I believe he was projected to be first round. Ended up being an early second-round pick. Really, he was great as a first-round pick. I respect him as a first-round pick for the intents of this video. And me being an Eagle fan, now that he's with us, he's a first-round pick, right? Then you have Nope, going too fast. You're going too far. Josh Jobe, who's come in and showed a bit, and Eli Ricks. I was watching a little bit of Philly Mike. He had a live feed the other day. I was watching the recap, but not so much the recap of that. I was watching it after the live, right? Eli Ricks, a lot of people on his message board were saying that he should have been drafted. So as far as I see it, people want to talk about that cornerback room in our depth. I see a lot of good pieces, a lot of good guys, I see depth. When you think, nope, I'm not even gonna put that in the universe. But you guys, I hope you're picking up what I'm laying down. If we were to lose any of these guys, nope. I see good backups over here, right? And then as far as the safeties go, we've got Terrell Edmonds, Reed Blankenship. Terrell Edmonds, former 5-year starter for the Pittsburgh Steelers. A 5-year starter for the Steelers to me is, that's what better badge could you get as a defender than being a 5-year starter for Mike Tomlin? A lot of people are going to point you in another direction and say, well, if Mike Tomlin loved him so much, why did he get rid of him? I've reiterated this time and time again. You cannot allocate that much of your capital to the safety room. You're already paying Minkah Fitzpatrick hella money. So now you're going to give up dough for Terrell Edmonds. They figured they could go to the, whatchamacallit. Yeah, I'm on one today, y'all. Figured they could go back into the draft pool, see what they could pick up from over there. I don't know who they have on the other side of Minkah Fitzpatrick, but I'm going to have to look into that to try and investigate a bit more as to why someone like D. Gunn would say, if Mike Tomlin is giving him up, he would have found a way to got him. And then, I'm kind of thinking about it a bit myself. We did not pay him that much. Maybe he just wanted to change the scenery himself. Who knows? We're going to see what's going on with him. But behind him, we have Sidney Brown. A lot of people, I've heard people saying that Sidney Brown, they could see Sidney Brown starting at safety or winning this job. So this is one of those battles that we're going to have our eyes on. I'm behind Terrell Edmonds, a 5-year starter, a pro, a vet, someone that we could get put in there. He'll be reliable, someone that doesn't have to go through the growing pains that Sidney Brown would have to go through. But who knows, if Sidney Brown comes out and he flashes and he goes crazy, by all means, then we have to put him in. And behind him, behind Sidney Brown, we've got Justin Evans. At least on this depth chart, as far as our lads see, we're going to get into it a lot more on the coming weeks and what's going on. But this is how they have it right now as far as they see it, right? So you've got Justin Evans behind Sidney Brown. Justin Evans, another vet, someone to throw in there for depth, someone that I guess Howie picked up in regards of just having competition, because this is what this is all about. On this defensive side of the ball, the competition is going to be hot and heavy. Whoa! So we're gonna have a lot of fun in the coming weeks with all the reports coming out, and then just even with the reports coming out, and the daily inputs from the content creators and people like me, you're never gonna know, especially with our coaching staff, the way they keep everything under wraps. But this is the bowl season. These are the dog days of summer. I can't wait to see these dogs. We're gonna get into the dogs in a few, but this is what we do. Let's get it out there. We speculate, see if any of our speculations come to fruition. If any of these things come true, it's dope. This is what we got right now. If you love Eagles football, you love things like this, and I do. I'm here for it. I'm here for it all, man. I want the preseason. I want the training camp. Every bit of Eagles football I can on this biscuit and throw in my flock pot, bro. I'm trying to get at it, man. Yeah, I know I might be a little hungry. But check it out, though. So then behind him, you've got Josh Jobe. They had Eli Ricks over there behind, that's over in the cornerback position. Justin Evans. Then behind Reed Blankenship, who another one is, I believe, he showed a lot last season. I saw this video. I forget the name of the dude. Like I said, I can't help but try and consume every piece of it. What if they throw it on my feed, it hops an algorithm. Hope they put me on your feed. I hope I fit into the algorithm, because it's getting a little crazy over here. But anyway, regardless of what, they got this dude. He was posting a video. And he was speaking to the safety room, and Reed Blankenship is like, his first start, and like, I got it. Not his first start. We get a little defensive of our team when we have people not quite get things right. And I'm pretty sure when y'all listen to me, sometimes like, bro, what is the maniac? What is the Eagle Maniac talking about? Whatever the case may be. In his first game time action, I believe it was his first snap in the game, he intercepts. See, I might be being a bit hyperbolic with that assessment of it. His first snap, NFL, was an interception on Aaron Rodgers. It may have been a few plays after that, but needless to say, CJGJ, Flock up out of here, man. I'm sick of this dude, bro. As much as we loved him, man, like he's getting up, coming at the fans, dude. But like I told you a few days ago in that San Fran video, after that San Fran video, I had to come back and calm down. Like, we'll take all those shots, man. We'll take the shots for our team. You want something to shoot at us. So our team could go out there and shoot y'all up. I know it's a bit insensitive, gun safety and all that right now. I'm just, I've got to get it off my chest, get it off my nest. You feel me? So we got that going. Reed Blankenship, he proved he did a lot last year. He's strong in the box. He loves to come up and hit, which scares me a bit sometimes because we got guys like that that later love the hat. That love to lay the hat on people, guys like Avonte Maddox, we've seen come up, try and knock people out and get knocked out himself, but still take a guy down, and that lends you to be a bit more injury prone. But we still, as Eagles fans, we love that. We love to see our guys, our defensive backs, our safeties come up and knock guys out. Because we got to think we're coming from days like Brian Dalton, B Dog, Bobby Taylor. Guys are coming. You feel me? Yeah, Sheldon Brett. Man, we got guys. So, we love to see guys come up and knock dudes out like that. Reed Blankenship is willing to do that. He can play receivers. He's a pretty damn good safety. But like in this league, he was an undrafted free agent. You got behind him Kayvon Wallace, the guy whose corner I've been in from the beginning. Like I tell y'all every day, at least it seems like I do it every day for the last few days. Like whoever we pick up, man, I'm in that guy's corner. At some point, you got to be real with it and see what it is for itself. I mean, Kayvon Wallace just proved so much to me last season in that scuffle he got into against San Fran, even though he got knocked the flock out. But he's willing to stick his nose in there, put his beak on the streets and go and lay something down. You feel me? Kayvon Wallace's toughness. He's got that Eagle feel. I've been comparing a lot of guys to Jay Mills a lot lately. But, he just gives me that feeling like he's really about this thing. He's really about this team. He's bought in. He's made some spectacular, maybe spectacular is a bit hyperbolic. He's made some great special teams plays. The guy that's really been stepping on special teams is Zach McPherson. And maybe that could help bolster our special teams a bit more. Guys like this. So, while these are battles, I definitely think these guys will still make the team, just maybe not starters. Kayvon Wallace, like I said, he flashed a little bit. He looks pretty good in the red zone, similar to Jay Mills. He's got that going for himself. Tristan McCullum, don't know too much about this guy, but that's another guy in there. And once again, seems like I can say this after every competition, we still don't know what Howie E, busting the stupid dope moves, what Howie Potter waving that magic wand has up his sleeve, pulling up magic tricks and all kinds of shit. So it could get even more competitive. But as it stands, these are good problems to have. A lot of people don't believe in the depth in that safety room. I tend to lean to this side because I look at the world through eagle-colored glasses that Terrell and Reed, Edmonds and Blankenship, they can hold their own in this league. And I mean, it baffles me sometimes when you hear other pundits speak on our team and they're like, oh, they don't have enough here, don't have enough there. I'm like, bro, very rarely. Last year was an anomaly, similar to what the Rams did the year prior, that you're going to have damn near all-stars, all-pros at every damn position. I mean, 17 out of our 22 starters team-wide were either all-pros or had all-pro consideration as far as reserves go. So, I mean, they're not all pros, but I believe they are solid NFL players that if you need to count on them to get the job done, I believe we can count on these guys to get the job done. But only the tell of the tape will tell the tell. You feel me? So we're going to have to wait for that when the games come. But for right now, all we have is speculation and a lot of boasting to do in the bowl season, So that's where it stands as far as the safety room goes. And there are going to be hella battles over there. Now we're going to slide up to the linebacker room. A lot of people have it locked in. Hassan Reddick as a linebacker, he's really an edge rusher. I believe that's the Sam linebacker, who's usually going to line up on the edge, come and rush the quarterback, similar to TJ Watt, guys like that have that linebacker tag, but they're really edge rushers. But behind him, Hassan Reddick is locked in, flocked in. So, I mean, is there really any need to speak about the guys behind him? Well, I guess there is, because the new Mr. Philly, the hot dude, the dude that everybody's rapping. I mean, we just love our whole team, really, though. But this guy, Nolan Smith, he's got leadership written all over him. He just oozes confidence, and, it could be crazy. It could be crazy. I don't see him battling Hassan Reddick for A starting position, I just can't. No, this is just not. It's not going to happen. I don't even know why I'm even pondering this. I'm just looking at this. Maybe, taking a few snaps away from Brandon Graham on the other side. I don't know how this really works as far as edge rushers go and what allocates one guy to one side or the other side, and what makes coaches decide whether if Nolan Smith could even go to the other side to left defensive end and come off the edge, or maybe something slick like we were talking about early in the offseason. I believe, I forget who said it. It may have been Gate City. Somebody, damn it, I don't want to misquote anybody. Whatever the case may be, where there were packages when Sean Desai was in Chicago where you would have, damn, this dude was a beast for the Bears for years. You know what I'm talking about? But he would have two dominant pass rushers on one side coming at the quarterback, so you don't know defense, right tackles, left tackles don't know what to do. Who do I stop? How do we stop it? And who are we sliding? Keep trying to slide tight ends this way, man. You saw what happened last season. So you don't know you could just cause all kinds of nightmares for an offensive coordinator as far as putting these guys on the same side. If you would have put a Hassan Reddick and a Nolan Smith on the same side, rushing the quarterback, it could just be stupid. So, yeah, you got Nolan Smith over there. Like I said, once again, Hassan Reddick has that Sam linebacker spot on lock. Then you've got Patrick Johnson behind that, then Kyron Johnson behind that. It seems like just a bunch of plastic men over there. Not plastic like, no, not plastic. Like these guys can bend. The bend is crazy on all four of those dudes. Their pursuit to the quarterback, we've seen flashes from Kyron Johnson and Patrick Johnson. So it's oh, man. I wish I could be a fly on the wall at this camp, man. Like, they got to start opening up more for us fans, man. I recall hearing back in the days prior to the NovaCare complex, they used to go to, dude, my Genko Balboa is not kicking in today. Whatever the case may be, where we used to have training camp at, like the fans were able to attend that at all times, and this is when I was a local lad. So, I didn't really have access. I'm out here in New York. I mean, if there's a will, there's a way. I could have gotten there, right? But I just wish they opened up more camps, more practices to us as fans so we could just see what's going on in these camps. But I believe Hoodie Bill flocked that up for everybody. Putting cameras every damn where. Nobody want to show nothing no more. And I get it. You know what? If it makes us better, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? I'll suffer for it. I'll take the shots. Take the shots for my team. Then they've got Nakobe Dean at middle linebacker. That's the battle. That's the battle we're all here for this summer. A lot of us are pretty much reserved to the fact that it's Nakobe Dean. Mean Green Nakobe Dean. Mean Green dot Nakobe Dean is going to be the dude taking over at that spot. That's what we all want. If he can take over and show what he showed in college. I mean, the one game last year where I believe he started, he had something, or he had to come in if somebody got injured. I believe he had like 4. He was a tackle machine. He was all over the place. He knows how to read his guys up front. Such a smart, cerebral player. I can't wait to see what he shows in camp and furthermore during the season. Behind him, we've got Christian Ellis, who we've been hearing a lot about, at least in OTAs. Heard he had an emergent OTAs for whatever that's worth. OTAs is what you're going to hear across the board. It's only OTAs. Why are you guys going crazy? But regardless of what, Christian Ellis is a guy who's been getting a lot of traction, at least in the Eagleverse, as far as pundits and media creative content creators and things and people of that sort, people of that ilk. Then Ben Van Summeren, yet another one who people have been talking about. So there's a battle over there. And this is the one I'm really here for. I mean, we've heard a lot about Nicholas Morrow. Nicholas Morrow at the will linebacker, right? Nicholas Morrow coming through. We heard he was a tackling machine in Chicago, right? I'm losing my voice, dude. Now I see what I got, because we're going long today. Pause. See what those got water with them when they doing these things, man. Getting long-winded. I'm losing my breath. Losing my voice a little bit. Whatever. It's not about me. It's about our Eagles. Let's stay focused. Eagle Maniacs, let's flock up. Boom. You got Nicholas Morrow, tackle machine out of Chicago. He's played under Desai before, Sean Desai. So he's got that going for him. He's a tackle machine. How many times I'm going to say it, right? Behind him, Sean Bradley. We all love Sean Bradley, man. Like, this dude is Eagle tried and true. Yet another special team stud. Starting to wonder why special teams are so bad, man. I really want Mr. Clay to stay, man. But, bro, if you ain't doing nothing with these pieces, what are we doing? Something's got to switch up. Sean Bradley, and what if he emerges this camp as someone to really pay attention to, somebody that could really compete for a starting position. it reminds me of the path that TJ Edwards took, you know? Sean Bradley right behind that. And I believe there's a lot of things. Was Sean Bradley with Sean Desire Temple? Because he was at Temple for a bit, right? Could be crazy. Could be crazy. Then the linebacker coach came from Temple. And I believe that brings it into the other guy, Defying Taylor. We've got one of his coaches now. I believe our new linebacker coach, who he came from Temple via Colorado. It's a lot. Yo, Nick Sirianni don't play with this connection thing. You start connecting these dots, man. Everybody over, it's like 6 degrees of Sirianni over here, man. Love this guy, but this is the dude I've really got my eye on, man. I've really been a big fan of his. Defying Taylor, since I believe, what game was that? Was, I believe, week 7. After week 7 of the previous season. Yeah, that wasn't going to happen. Look at these Chiefs winning again. They just ended that Cincinnati Chiefs game. So you know what type of time I'm on. Yeah, you see it just saps the energy out of me the second I see these dudes. Like KC used to be. I'm not even going to get into it. So Defying Taylor, I believe it was week 7 of the not last season, the season before that, the 2021 season. Week 7, we lose to the Raiders. And it was a show. Bad all over the place. I remember Waller was out. I've spoken this time and time again. That's really when I was really about to first start this egomaniac thing up. But it was just like after the loss, I recorded a video and it was just me crying, whining, like sounding like a real 41, right? Like, what is going on with us? What's going on? And right after that, next week, I flew to Detroit, caught that Detroit Eagles game, Detroit Lions versus Eagles game, Detroit versus Philly game. Defying Taylor goes off. We switch up our offense a bit. And from that point on, we took off for the rest of that season, made a playoff push, made it to the playoffs. And I don't know how people could still be out here talking. I heard this on Philly Mike earlier. People talking trash about Sirianni still like he's got something to prove. But the way he turned that team around, he should have been considered for Coach of the Year that year. And then Coach of the Year last season too. So he had nothing the year before he makes it to the playoffs. It took him too long to get it right. He goes to the Super Bowl, second season, he had too many good players. Get the flock up out of here, man. You don't know what they want to do. It's like, what did somebody say, man? If I walked on water, they yell at me for, I forget it. If I walked on water, they yell at me for not using the ground or something like, man, damn it, such a good saying. And I'll be flocking up in here. Anyway, let's get back to this depth chart. Defying Taylor, after that game, he goes off. I thought we had our what is that? Our will linebacker of the future. Didn't quite pan out for him. He damn near almost got cut. No, he did get cut. Brought him back to the practice squad. So it's like nobody else even wanted him. It is wild. So I don't know what to expect from this guy. But I mean, the flashes that I saw in the 21 season, it leads me to believe this kid has a lot more. Maybe he was just a bit off last season. All this talent in the room, maybe he just wasn't ready for it yet, but he was still around the team last season. And hopefully he comes out in this camp and goes off. You know? What can we be? All we want as Eagles fans is for the best man to win these positions. And nothing stupid to happen like you see happen with other teams, like you would see happen with a Chip Kelly team. You just putting a guy in a position because that's your guy, trying to fit a peg in a round hole, square peg in a round hole type of things, man. I am slipping up on all these sayings today. Losing my mind, man. But so there's going to be camp battles all across the board in the linebacker room. 1, 2, all through, well, except for, of course, Hassan Reddick's position. That's flocked in. Now we got defensive end. That's Josh Sweat. Jalen Carter, they have him in there. They have him penciled in as right defensive tackle, left defensive tackle, Fletcher Cox. You know, that's locked in. And left defensive end, Brandon Graham. Brandon Graham, I believe there could be a bit of a battle over there. Even though that's my guy, you know, it's getting a bit long in the tooth. We want to keep him around 30 to 40% snaps per game. Keep him fresh because you saw when he was fresh like that, he finally eclipsed the 10 sack mark, double-digit sacks. So that bodes well for us. Whatever capacity they decide to play Brandon Graham in, he's going to be here for it. But then you look who they have behind him on the depth chart. Janarius Robinson, Taron Jackson. I believe they call him Taron Jackson. I believe that's the proper pronunciation. So, you know, not too much depth. But, I mean, those guys have flashed also. But, I mean, I would love to see Nolan Smith on that side if he can attack from that side. And, like, for the long haul of the season, for the lion's share of the season, I would love to see a line of Got Hassan Reddick on one side, Josh Sweat on one side, Nolan Smith on the other side. Then you still come with Hassan Reddick. I mean, it could be crazy. But then behind Jalen Carter, they have Milton Williams. Like, it's just wild over here. Behind Fletcher Cox, they have Jordan Davis. Like, it just gets stupid. Then you've got Marlon Tuipulotu and Kentavious Street behind those guys, and it's just defying depth on defense. Like I said it about the offensive line, it's just stupid what we have in this defensive room. Moro Ojimo, they're saying that he should have been drafted at least a lot earlier than we got him. We got him in the 7th, right? Noah Ellis, I believe that's Christian Ellis' brother, if you want to talk about the connection aspect. And then behind Josh Sweat, we've got Derek Barnett and Matt Leo. I'm a big Derek Barnett guy. I know a lot of people hate him out there, man. Sometimes his passion gets the best of him, and you can't let your ambition, your passion surpass your ability, because that's when you get penalties. You got to play within the game, play smart, and hopefully, he finally gets it. The switch finally goes on for this guy, because, I mean, look, I loved him when he recovered that fumble in the Super Bowl. This guy has a Super Bowl ring. He's got Super Bowl pedigree in him, at least for the mere fact that he was there when we got that chip. I just hope he gets it. I mean, and if you want to look at the trajectory of his career, it's damn near similar to Brandon Graham. A lot of people were down on Brandon Graham before he started emerging as the mainstay that he has become, that cornerstone of our organization that he has become. So I believe fans out there, you just got to give him a bit more of a chance, because at the same time in his career, nobody was betting on Brandon Graham, and look at who he is now. And I believe, for all intents and purposes, up until this point, if we were to go side by side as far as career trajectories, one could argue that Derek Barnett has a few more accolades. I mean, of course, the Super Bowl, put that to the side. But just as far as stats goes, Derek Barnett, he puts that pressure on. Something that some of us don't see pop up in the stats is the pressure rate. He puts the pressure on the quarterback. Quarterback pressure rate, he's always been up there top of the league as far as quarterback pressure rate. He's just got to clean up the mental mistakes, and I believe we got something going here, man. But dude, just so much depth on this defense. I don't care what no one else says. Definitely, I believe, one of the best defensive lines in the league, and I just can't wait to get this thing going, y'all. We have 3 days left, man, and I just can't wait. You know what it is, man. I just got to, we got to get this right. Hold up, wait a minute. No, the saying goes, if my critics saw me walk on water, they say it was because I couldn't swim. Like this is how this is how the whole world is gonna just keep shooting at us as Eagle fans. Keep shooting at the Eagles organization. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody's always gonna have something to say, man. Haters gonna hate. Ball is gonna ball. And we'll leave you with that, man. Till the next time, make it your best time. In the meantime, between time, keep it a green time. Philadelphia Eagles green time. That green time. And we always got questions, man. What's the question? When are these Kelly Green jerseys coming out? And today, I had another one. Like, you know what? Damn, that Hassan Reddick would be crazy. Or what if I get a 20? I'm hearing people talk about getting like throwbacks, like double throwbacks. Like getting Reggie White on the new jersey. Like you could get a Kelly Green, Reggie White from Mitchell and Ness. But I know you want it in this Kelly Green, right? So it's just another day, another decision, man. I really do think I'm leaning towards hers. But then I was like, that 3 would be crazy too. Smith cop it early. The Nolan Smith 3, crazy. 33. Oh, me and Manny Maniac standing side by side looking like a 30, because we always want to 30 these moles out here. Shout out to Easy the Flock Captain, from Dizzy the Flock Captain, Easy the Block Cap. Like, we want to 3-0 these moles, man. Go up 3 touchdowns every game. 21-0 like we used to do on Madden back in the day. You better give that controller up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the real question is, what you gonna do when Eaglemania swoops down and runs wild on you? Play my music, Kingster. EAGLES, Eagles. Woo! It's only 3 days left. Ooh, 3 E's. Those are E's and 3's. I don't know. Let's go.
EAGLES, Eagles.